Okay, so I will go ahead and pull up the agenda and share my screen. So welcome everybody. I want to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 4:52 p.m. on October 16th. We'll go ahead and do a roll call. So Caduceus Club,
Here.
InterVarsity Christian Fellowship,
Here.
PCC Pre-Law Club,
Here.
and SHIP.
Here.
Okay. So we do have quorum. I would just like to go ahead and adopt the agenda. It's just a one pager, really brief, just one action item, which is, oh, I'm sorry. This is the previous agenda. Hold on, give me a sec to pull up the new one. But regardless, let me go ahead and, yeah, sorry about that. Just too many agendas to keep track of, so things get lost sometimes. So it's the 16th. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, the agenda is if we need any training, we can go ahead and do that during a discussion item, but I don't think we do. But yeah, the other action item is approval of ICC funding. So I would like to go ahead and then motion to adopt the agenda for Friday, October 16th funding meeting. Do I have a first?
I'll first.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So this agenda has been adopted. I just want to go ahead and go over the minutes of the previous meeting. So pretty much everybody was here and we all set a motion and agreed upon a motion to have a funding cap of $1,000. So with that said, I would like to then now entertain a motion to adopt the minutes for Friday, October 9th meeting. Go the first.
I'll first.
I'll second.
3 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry. We needed to do a roll call vote for the agenda. So let me go back and do that. So for the agenda, Caduceus, how do you vote?
Yes.
InterVarsity, how do you vote?
Yes.
Pre-Law Club
Yes.
and SHIP.
Yes.
Okay. And for the minutes, the same. So Caduceus Club,
Yes.
InterVarsity,
Yes.
Pre-Law Club,
Yes.
and SHIP.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. A little bit out of order, but it's late in the day. So um, thank you for that. We'll go ahead and then move on to the discussion items. So the discussion item that I had on the agenda, if there is to be any discussion at all, is the funding procedures. But I believe everybody except Kyle was trained on it. But Kyle, you messaged me saying that I think you got it. So is everyone comfortable with the review process on Last Live? Do we need to go over how to do that again, or are we
No,
good?
I'm good, at least.
Okay, Kyle, are you okay? I mean, I think you know how it works, right? You get an email and you just respond to the email.
Yep. I responded to both the ones you sent out already.
I'm sorry?
You sent out two different examples.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was generating some noise in the system because I was training them the other day. But I think if you got it, then we don't need to really have discussion on this then. Is that cool with everybody?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so moving things right along then, we have moved on from this discussion item. Is there any public comment on non-agenda items? I'm just looking at the YouTube chat here. I don't see anybody, only 2 viewers. Okay, we'll then go ahead and move on. I'll go ahead and address that if anything shows up. So we'll move right on to action items then, which is the approval of ICC funding. I have the tabs pulled up already. So looking at this, I got Pre-Law Club, I got SHIP, I believe, and then I got this club that actually turned it in the minute the meeting started, which is Global Club. So we will go over this submission first. I see that the club has voted on it, Sophia has voted on it, Sylvia. So any comments or anything outstanding about this submission that anyone wants to discuss?
No, it seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Which one is this one?
This is a pre-law club. This is Kyle's submission.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with this form. My question is, Kyle, were you added by the club as an approver, or is that thumbs up because we added you as an approver?
That's because you added me as an approver. I couldn't add myself.
Okay, so I'm going to suggest this, that you take back your vote because you should never vote on your own thing. It's a conflict of interest.
I thought about that, but I needed to be there as a president anyway, and I wasn't able to. So I thought that would be my way of like circumventing that. But I can just.
No, but if you're approving it as president, then I'll take it as president.
Okay, because I couldn't add myself as president. That's kind of why the logic.
Oh, you couldn't add yourself as
They
president?
wouldn't allow me to add myself because I was creating the form and I'm president, and they wouldn't allow me to use my own email.
Oh, thank you for letting me know that. That's a good thing to know. I'll see if we can fix that. But I will, if you're telling me for the minutes that you are responding as a thumbs up approval as president, I will accept that.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. I see the only person who didn't vote on this was obviously me, but I'm taking a look at it right now. And Daphne, do you have anything that you want to maybe mention about this, or are you good with the form?
No, I was good with it. I was gonna actually approve it right now.
Okay, sounds good. Taking a look at their.
I had I was just looking at I think I had looked at their what is this called? The
pre-law?
description of it, and I had questions, but then I went to their page and then figured it out.
Okay, sounds good. Carrie, is there an ARF for this? Just making sure we get our checks and balances in place. Okay, cool. And going ahead and looking at their PDF, all of this looks cool. Everyone voted. Meeting attendees remarked. So looking at this, let me pull up my calculator. $550 to be pulled out of their account. So is there any comments about this? I don't think it violates any of the criteria that we have. So anything to say about it?
Oh, it says $600 requested.
Yeah, there's something that's of concern. I made a typo. It should be 450 for the first line. I put 400 by accident.
Okay.
That's a typo.
Okay, that's fine. So it'll be $600 then in total. As long as the motion is fine, I think it's okay. So with that said, I think we're good with this submission. Looking at this next one, we have Daphne from SHIP. I'll do a vote at the end just to keep it tidy. So this is SHIP's. I see Sophia thumbs up, Gabriella thumbs up.
So for like our advisor and everyone else had already thumbs up, but I guess the ICC funding request form got submitted blank.
Mhm.
So Carrie had me resubmit. So I'm waiting for, I guess, all of them to thumbs up again.
Okay.
Daphne, if they all thumbs up on the original one, we can let that work.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I had a question, like for you know how you mentioned I shouldn't thumbs up on my own? Like, does that apply for this? So for the new one, I shouldn't thumbs.
Yeah, but if you're doing it in your capacity as an officer, that's fine, because I didn't realize it wouldn't let you add yourself as an officer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an officer that needs to approve this anyway. Because I'm ICC, so
then I'd pull your name. Take your back your positive.
Okay.
Okay. So everything looks good here. Carrie, do they have an ARF for this under Daphne's name?
Sure do.
Okay. looking at their fillable PDF, everything looks cool here. I'm able to see the content now. I know there are some technical difficulties, but this is who we have. Meeting attendees. So they want $1,000 from ICC funding, SHIP National Conference. So to clarify, this is the registration fee for the conference, right? It's not like material.
Yeah,
fee,
it would. So I put 5 because it's $200 per person.
Okay.
For item and quantity, I had put 5 because it's $200 per person and it would cover 5 people.
So just to clarify, I gave everybody a credit of $1,000 today, and you're with this, you'll kind of be just spending it all. That's okay. Like you're okay just spending everything that you have that you're given for the semester on this one.
Yeah. So generally in the fall, we have 2 main events, but we've considering the cap for ICC funding, we're just gonna move our Noche de Ciencias to the spring semester, and then
Okay.
just have this.
Okay, that sounds good. Does anybody have any comments about this submission, Carrie?
My question is, Daphne, how are you choosing the 5 people who get to go?
So we created a Google form, and they have to meet certain criteria, certain eligibility. So one, they have to be obviously a PCC student. They have to be a SHIP chapter member for either we counted spring or fall, and they just had to write like a brief description of why we should consider them for the sponsorship, and then things they hope to gain from the conference, and they just have to upload their resume.
So who gets to pick them though?
We came to a vote in our one of our meetings, and we spoke to our advisors to determine based on the app.
So the group as a whole said these 5 people were the ones.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's a pretty okay process with me. Anyone else have any comments about this item that they have here? Nope.
Looks good to me.
Yes.
Looks good.
Okay. And then we'll go ahead and look at this submission that was just turned in. I see the advisor approved it. Everyone else, I don't think they got a chance to look at it yet, but this is Global Club. And looking at what they want to have a Thanksgiving celebration event. So before I move forward into looking at their PDF here, Carrie, do they have an ARF for this, or under GIE, it looks like it should be?
There was some confusion because they submitted it last night, but they put the wrong date down.
Okay.
And I went in there and edited the date for them, but somehow that came out as denied. So they resubmitted and they're fine.
Okay, so they're good on the ARF front. Let's take a look at their funding request form. It looks like they printed it out and wrote handwritten in it, but that's okay. So everything looks good here. Agenda was approved by 11. Unfortunately, this is blank, but let me see. I think this is fine because they put meeting attendees down, and it looks like one of the people of the 12 is the advisors. So I think that's okay. Moving down, $600 for this Thanksgiving celebration. Now, I was looking at this before the meeting, and I was kind of like maybe concerned a little bit. So this musician thing is fine. They can pay it out of a contract or an invoice to the college. Cooking ingredients and decorations, that's fine. It's like party supplies. This Thanksgiving gifts thing, I think it violates the criteria because we said no gifts. So I don't think this is a no for me. I don't know if anyone else has any comments or questions about this item.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if we're able to comment on it that they could possibly use stimulus funding for that instead.
Stimulus money, I don't even think that that's allowed to be like a gift thing, right, Carrie? Yeah. So it's I mean,
I think they need to use stimulus funding for this, but then I also think the way they need to term it
Yeah, exactly.
can't be gifts. I wish I knew what they were doing because it's for lucky participants. So that also makes it look like a raffle, which we can't do a raffle. So they can be Thanksgiving souvenirs. They could be event souvenirs if they're giving them to everybody. So that's part of it. I think the more important thing is that they're more concerned about the entertainment.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds cool to me. I'm just thinking on the back end how we would communicate to them, Carrie, that they can't spend this $200. Would we deny their submission and have them turn in a new one without this line item?
So this was never meant to like do half and half,
Mhm.
but I'm thinking what we do is I don't know if it's better that we send them, it's been approved except for, or it's been denied except for. Is it
Okay.
better to deny them and say you cannot spend the $200 or approve that you've been approved for $400?
This is one of the things where like when we actually do it, these questions arise. So
Yeah, what messages from as a committee, what message would you rather get? You've been approved for $400 or you've been,
I would rather get you've been approved for $400.
Yeah.
my hope is that people read, because in my experience when I send emails out, a lot of people don't fully read the content, so they just go and do it. So that's kind of my apprehension right there. I don't know about anybody else though.
I could see both sides, because if we say accepted, they might assume automatically that I've got all $600 and go out and buy it, because the same thing could ring true, is that they don't read the full thing. They say, oh, I was accepted, and they just run off and go buy the things they want to buy. They don't realize they haven't actually been approved fully. So it just comes down to like the fine line between how do we tell them that they haven't been fully approved, but they also haven't been fully denied. So it's really a way of phrasing it, which is kind of tough. So I don't know necessarily what's the best option. I don't know everyone else's opinions, but I definitely could see them reading the tagline and running along happily.
Could the part of the tagline be $400 approved and have that just be the line?
Yeah, I mean, even when like our submissions are approved, like I know Carrie, I received the denied notice, and the first thing that like popped up was, for instance, like you can say advisor must be present, or the thing was blank. So maybe in that like comment line, we can specify that only 400 were approved.
Yeah, I think denial is kind of a tricky thing, because if we're denying it, are we asking them to come again with a revised paperwork and have us, because that would take another meeting to approve whatever revisions they have. So I think it's just easiest to make it approved, but I just, I'm just gonna go off on a lamb here and just hope that people read the contents and acknowledge that they can only spend a certain amount. That's all.
Yeah, can we add that though? The $400 approved?
Yeah, we like if I press I don't know if I should press approve, because I don't know if that would trigger the system.
No, you can put approve.
Okay.
And then you
Okay. There's a closing comment, so I can do that.
just don't hit submit.
Okay. That's cool. Then Carrie and I would take care of this, but then it looks like everything is good for these 3 clubs. Now, I know I said I would make one motion, but since we have people here that are part of the committees and part of clubs, I think it would be best to make a separate motion. And if your club is on the table, that you abstain, so that, for image's sake, you're not voting on your own submission. But typically I would just make one big motion.
Chris, just a point of clarification. Should we approve the third form? Should we give it a thumbs up on our own? Or how do you go about doing that?
I would like you to approve the form with your thumbs up because legally we can trace that.
Yeah, I also recommend that if you are online right now, or if you're on a computer on the Zoom call, like open up Landswipe and make a comment and a thumbs up, just so that if any issues arise, there's a record of what we talked about. So with that, I will then go ahead and right now entertain a motion to allot Pre-Law Club $600 for the fall semester for their mock trial event. So we'll go ahead and
Wait,
move.
wait, question.
Yes.
As I'm doing math, correct me if I'm wrong, that's 550.
I
Yeah.
made a typo.
Sorry?
I made a typo. The registration fee is 450, not 400.
Okay.
I should revise it, and Chris just said because it says it up above, it's fine.
Yeah. As long as
Perfect.
as long as the motion I think is fine, I think we're good. So
Can
yeah.
you please read into the minutes the correct amounts then?
Yeah, I'll put the exact amounts. Okay, so then to reiterate that motion, I would then now like to entertain a motion to allot $600 to Pre-Law Club for their mock trial event. So we're going to go ahead and move to a roll call vote. So Ship, how do you
Yes.
vote? Yes. Pre-Law Club, how do you vote?
I abstain.
Okay. InterVarsity
Yes.
and Caduceus.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, and then I'll go ahead and move on to the next club, which is SHIP. So I would then like to now entertain a motion to allot SHIP $1,000 for their SHIP National Conference. So we'll go ahead and move to a roll call vote on that. So SHIP, how do you vote?
I abstain.
Okay, Pre-Law, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, InterVarsity
Yes.
and Caduceus.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I'm my own secretary here, so I'm keeping notes of that. Okay, great. So now we'll go ahead and move on to the last club, Global Club. So now I'd like to entertain a motion to allot $400 to the Global Club for their Thanksgiving celebration event, striking an item, Thanksgiving gifts for $200. So we'll go ahead and move on to a roll call vote for that.
Who moved in second?
Huh?
Did someone move and second that? And I
No,
dropped.
I'm just doing a straight roll call vote just to get everybody all at once.
No, but when you have a motion, someone has to move it in second. Did I miss the other two not move in second?
Yeah, Bill, those two didn't move in second. Do you want me to go back and do it?
Well, let's just be consistent and we'll finish it up. But next time you have to have a mover and a seconder. I'm sorry I didn't catch it earlier.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So then, Ship, how do you vote?
Yes.
Pre-law,
Yeah.
InterVarsity,
Yes.
Caduceus.
Yes.
Okay, so that is cool. Let me go ahead and pull up this master sheet here and enter in the amounts. So PCC, Pre-law Club, 600. This is Global Club, 400. Then ship is 1,000. And now zero all these out. Okay. So that is done. I'll go ahead and then keep this short and sweet and move on to the last item then, which is adjournment. So I know there was discussion about, before I go ahead and do that, in terms of future meeting dates and times, I know there was discussion during the meeting about whether we should have a meeting at the 30th or the 6th or which one would count for quorum. I believe in the Lancer Life submission, it actually says, what does it say in terms of when we're supposed to meet, so I can give you all the correct
I don't
information.
think the 30th was one of those days we said we would meet.
Yeah, but we can always create one if I think there's a need, because I think now that we release this, people are going to be coming at it.
I don't think it's in this form.
Hold on. Let me.
You got to go to admin to see it.
Yeah, I have to go to admin and look at it. Hold on. Sorry about that. Page 6. Okay. So there is the 16th, the 30th, the 6th and the 20th. So there's actually 2 in a row here. Is that okay with everybody though? If we have one next Friday and one on the 6th, back to back?
Are both gonna count for quorum? Is attendance gonna be required for both of them?
For the funding committee, yes, but for ICC, that's still to be decided. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
but
fine.
I think for us, maybe we should meet at the very least, maybe a little bit more. Maybe this is just my opinion. Meet just a little bit more often at the beginning when funding is released.
That's
So
fair.
get their things in. So is that okay with everybody? If we have one back to back on the 6th and the 30th.
That's good with me at least.
I mean,
Yeah,
the other
that's
thing, the other thing too is if we don't get any funding requests, we'll just cancel the meeting.
Yeah, we can just do that too.
All right, sounds good.
And just to clarify, on the red portion, it says your application must be approved by advisors, club president, and treasurer. There were clubs that didn't have that. I know a lot of the clubs that just applied didn't have the 48-hour notice.
Yeah, I think we're going to maybe reconsider that just because I don't know. If at the very least, Carrie.
I was giving everybody grace because this was sprung on them on Monday, not Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I think from here on out, you know, we can decide. But part of it is that they need to know they need to get it done in advance. But because this form was released on Wednesday, it would be virtually impossible for them to have the form done 48 hours in advance. But the ball is rolling. So the next time around.
Okay. Sounds good. So just to get you all out of here, I would like to go ahead and entertain a motion now to adjourn this meeting at 5:18 p.m. So do I have a first?
I'll first.
I'll second.
Who was that first? I'm sorry.
Caduceus Club.
Okay. You lost seconds. And just a roll call vote, super quick. Ship,
Yes.
pre-law,
Yes.
university,
yes.
and Caduceus.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, so we breezed through this. I'm glad you 3 clubs now have the money that you need. If there's any questions, let Carrie or me know. But that's it. That's the end of the meeting. You're free to go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Let me hit end the recording and the live stream. Give it a moment to catch up first.